A year ago, I got this 100,000 subscribers sent to me from YouTube. I didn't get that from not believing in myself. I got there from being delusional. You know how there's a trend saying that people are being delulu? Baby, I was delulu before it was a trend, okay? I've always believed that there's a drone flying over my head, recording everything that I do, getting dressed to go absolutely nowhere. That is my whole entire vibe. So being delulu is what's gonna get me here into 1 million subscribers.
Right up to the side of my mountain until you reach my peak, baby, and reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I want to play in your deep.
In just 1 year, I grew over 150,000 new subscribers, and I'm going to tell you exactly how in this video. Growing on YouTube is not as hard as it used to be, y'all. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Aisha. I began content creating around 2016, but I never really took it seriously. It was more of just a for fun thing to do for me. I started out by making fashion content, having photo shoots, making videos, adding music behind it, just curating content that I didn't even know was content at the time. If I don't know anything else, I know about the importance of hopping on waves while they're there, while it's still time to hop on the wave, because who knows what the future may hold. But what I do know is that when I started creating content, it really wasn't considered content. It was just, oh, this girl is posting too much. Why is she posting all of these outfits? We don't care, girl. You post 5 times a day. Well, I never really posted 5 times a day, but I definitely would post maybe 1 or 2 times a day. Funny memes. To me, before I became a full-time influencer / content creator, social media to me was more of a for fun hobby. I get on here to get my laughs. I get on here to give people laughs, and I get on here to give off inspiration. It was always about inspiration and, you know, a place to come when you were bored. Today, social media is something that people will come to before they even go to Google. Before someone types in, how do I cook pasta on Google, they're gonna come over to YouTube, they're gonna go to TikTok, they're gonna go to Facebook, they're gonna go to Instagram to see what new recipes content creators have created. So this past Thursday, if you watched my previous vlog, I was invited to my first ever YouTube creators event, and it was just a mixer event where they had free food, free drinks, and you got to connect with so many different YouTube creators. Now, one thing I loved about this mixer was that they mixed so many different content creators. Like, it wasn't just fashion influencers, it wasn't just, you know, comedians, it wasn't just, you know, cooks, lifestyle influencers, or mom vloggers. It was all different types of influencers in the building. I really wish I would have gotten everyone's name, but I'm going to insert a picture right here. And if you guys know any of these people, please tag them below so I can properly tag everyone underneath this video and my last video. One of the things that I really wanted to do on my YouTube channel was to continue to inspire. That was one of the things that I was known for on my social media platforms before I even got to where I am today. I have over 400,000 followers on Instagram, over 500,000 on Facebook, and over 500,000 on TikTok. But before I had all of those followers, I still had people who followed me because of my outfits, because of my inspirational posts, because I always promoted, you know, starting your own business if that was your thing, doing your own thing, following your gut, just being an overall inspiration to people. And I need to get back to that, and that's the point of this entire video. So of being inspired, getting tips on content creations, learning how to dress, okay? Because it's okay if you don't know how to dress, baby.
What is this, honey?
That's why you got me. If you want to live better, look good, learn new things about content creation, because that is exactly what I will be giving to my audience from here on out. Right now, I'm still sampling my content, figuring out what it is that I want to do for my content. So let's get into these tips. If I were to start my YouTube channel from ground zero, what would I do to grow my YouTube channel? Because a lot of people watching this video are starting from ground zero. So here's what I would do if I was beginning my YouTube channel journey all over again. Before anything else, y'all, we got to lock in, okay? We cannot start any new journeys if we're not going to be dedicated to it. We can't just be hopping in and hopping off, hopping in and hopping off. That's what I tell everybody. I know everyone says be consistent, but really, my whole thing, I could have been where I am today if I would have never like slacked off on YouTube. I use YouTube as like a side chick. And I say side chick because I entertained YouTube when I didn't have anything else going on with my main janks, okay, which were Instagram. Well, Instagram is my main chick. TikTok was like my secondary main chick. And then it was Facebook, and then it was YouTube. So I had like 3 side chicks. Instagram was my, you know, wifey for lifey, okay? But now I'm feeling like you know, I want to be single and I want to split up my time and date whoever I want to date. So now I'm going to play with them all. I want to do YouTube. I want to do Facebook. I want to do TikTok. I want to do Pinterest. I want to do them all, and I am going to do them all. But first, you have to really pick which one you want to focus on. I've already focused on Instagram. I've already focused on Facebook. I've already dedicated maybe 3 consistent months to TikTok, which is why I got to where I was. But now I'm kind of slacking off on TikTok. Now I'm focusing solely on YouTube. And that is how I want you guys to take note of when you watch this video. Right now I have 177,000 subscribers from making this video right now. And I want you guys to pay attention 30 days from now. Today is October the 23rd. Whenever you watch this video, I want you to come back 30 days from whenever you see this video and look at my subscribers from this day forward. And then you will know that this is not a game. This is for real. Like, it really amounts to being consistent, posting different content, and getting to know what your audience wants to learn from you. So everybody on social media, they always say you have to niche down, but I feel like every platform wants something different from every person. You can't get on Instagram expecting to do things that your YouTube subscribers like from you, or you can't get on TikTok and expect your Instagram content to do the same thing it did on TikTok, unless you're just that good of a content creator. I mean, some people have it, but we're not all the same. So my motto is, it's good to play around to figure out what your audience like. When I first started my YouTube channel, I really created this channel back in 2014, I believe, because I was a hairstylist, and I started just uploading hair tutorials. And my first viral video on this channel was me doing like a sew-in or something, or it might have been a silk press. The fact that I was teaching, showing someone how to do something and giving results, showing exactly how it's going to look in the end, is what drew people in. So from there, I started out with maybe 10,000 followers, because I would, you know, direct people from my hair page on Instagram, and then they would follow me. But then once that video went viral, I kind of got like maybe 15,000 more subscribers off of one video. Then I kind of went blank for like 5 years, I believe, from 2014 to maybe 2019. I didn't post a thing. And then I kind of like posted like a TJ Maxx haul after that. And then I posted like a little mini hair tutorial, but it was not consistent, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. My channel did not grow until I started posting on shorts. What I did was, I had already blown up on Instagram from doing thrift flips, from doing fashion hauls, from doing style hacks. Instagram and TikTok were one and the same for me. So I would just post my Instagram videos, and then I would refurbish it and post it over on TikTok. Now, what I will say, that worked for a while. Just reposting old content worked for a while. But after a moment, people want to get to know who you are. People want to get different content. And I know everybody will say, well, you're recycling the same content. It's the same content. Nobody wants to watch the same thing. I'm here to tell you, your audience on Instagram is not your audience on YouTube. Your audience on YouTube is not your audience on TikTok. It's so many people in the world, and everybody does not like the same thing. I know some people who do not like TikTok. I know people who don't like Instagram. I have a lot of people on my YouTube channel who tell me all the time, thank God you're posting on YouTube, because I deleted my Instagram, I don't get on TikTok, and I'm not on Facebook. So it's always great to cultivate different audiences on each platform. You definitely want to build that bond. I don't know which tip came from which creative, because I spoke to so many different people. One of the main things that they told me were to make sure that I am posting frequently, and to make sure that I'm posting different types of content, so that I can figure out what kind of content my YouTube audience wants to see from me. So that is why when you go to my page, you will not only see hair, but you will see me making juice recipes, a salad recipe, which, by the way, one of my salad recipes did so well on my channel. I'm just like, y'all want to see salads from me? A salad recipe. So y'all will be getting more lifestyle content like that from me. You know, health is wealth. So I will be doing more of that. But you also see, you know, family vlogs. It's always great to record different types of content. Just because you're a fashion vlogger on Instagram does not mean you can't get on YouTube and create something that you're also passionate about. Like, if you want to show us how to make a taco, girl, get on YouTube and show us how to make your tacos. Because one thing about it, just because he makes his tacos like that does not mean she's going to make her tacos the same way. There could be a little secret ingredient, okay, like Mr. Krabs said, the secret formula to the Krabby Patty, that could definitely be in your recipe. We just don't know it because you haven't posted it yet. What is you waiting for? Post your recipe. We want to see it. Not only that, but workout routines. Everybody is into health and fitness now. You never know what tips you may have that may help someone else. So always just post to figure out what it is that you have to offer to the world, because you just never know. Don't let the people fool you, okay? Just because Boo Boo and Kwee Kwee is doing something does not mean that you can't do the same thing and better. The one thing I will say is it's good to be inspired by people, but just don't be a copycat, because people take note of that when you're on social media. And not just that, we already as influencers, we deal with being compared to different people all the time. Do something that's going to separate you from the rest. Like, okay, if we're all making lemonade, put some raspberries in yours, okay? Put a little honey in yours instead of using white sugar. Do something different that's gonna set you apart from the rest. Because let me tell you, comparison is the thief of joy. And if you don't remember anything else, remember this. Be inspired, but do not copy. Always give credit where credit is due. Figure out if it's something that you even like doing. Don't get so caught up into the trends. We might see somebody, rocking their hips. That don't mean we got to get up here and rock our hips, baby, because some of us can't dance, and that's okay. Sometimes I don't hit the beat every time, and that is okay. We have to figure out what we're good at and focus on that, okay? That is the main thing. I'm very good at styling clothes, being an inspiration no matter what it is. It's not, I go beyond clothes. That's the thing. I just haven't put myself out there to speak more about it in a inspirational manner. But I'm back, baby. Okay, you thought you hadn't, but you didn't. I'm back. This next tip might scare some of y'all, because y'all know how some of y'all are like super, there's nothing wrong with being a Bible bumper, okay? We love the Lord. But sometimes you have to get with the times, okay? Now, use AI. I know some of us feels like AI is taking over, and it may or may not. I mean, what's gonna be is gonna be. That's how I look at it. I feel like there's certain things that you ignoring is not going to make it disappear. So in fact, AI has helped me a lot. I use AI to create my YouTube titles. When I first started posting my YouTube shorts, I really didn't know how to title my YouTube. Like, YouTube is so different from like TikTok and Instagram. The one thing they all have in common is that we can use SEO. SEO is just using keywords so that you're easily found whenever someone is searching for this specific type of content. I use AI to help me generate titles, generate captions. Sometimes I'm just lazy. I do not want to create titles. So I'll go to, my AI, and I'll say, create me a title for a YouTube video about me doing a sew-in on my sister, and be very detailed. So it would generate a full-blown, caption for me. I then have the option to go in and tweak what I want to tweak and move around what I want to move around. So it's not that I'm just, copy and pasting AI. I'm using AI to give me the format. Just give me the base, and then I'll go in and tweak it to put my keywords in there, because my subscribers and my followers and my supporters, they know exactly how I talk. I put child and everything. I say baby a lot. One of the things I love doing is talking in my captions just like I talk in real life. I don't care if I'm not grammatically correct. I'm not an English teacher. I'm not a professor. So I feel like I have a more connected audience when I'm talking like I do in real life. So when people see me in real life, they're like, oh, she talks just like she writes. She acts just like she acts on social media. Yes, I do. That's always been me, always will be me, and I feel like it will be a disservice to you and my whole entire being for me to get up here and be fake just to have to, take my mask off after I turn this camera off. That's just crazy to me. But yes, use AI. Let AI do whatever it is that it can do for you so that you have more time for yourself. The bottom line is you no longer have to work as hard as you thought you did. Let AI work for you. I tell everyone this all the time. If you hop on AI now, even down to recreating your videos, you can literally take an old video that you did and tell AI to turn it into a reel, make it suitable for TikTok, create a short form content or long form content. You can tell AI to create a dialogue for you to talk on YouTube if you want to take it that far. I always feel like it's great to add your own personality into your content so people can get to know you as well as learn something from you. And that leads me into my next point. You want to bring value. Everyone says this, but nobody tries to implement it into their content. So when I say bring value, say if you are good at something and you have a life experience. I feel like everyone has life experiences. There's not one person on this planet that has not learned something in their lifetime. Like, what have you learned? I'm 32. There's so many things I could talk about. I could talk about, being in bad relationships. I could talk about, falling out with my friends, learning what I can eat and what I can't eat, learning from past mistakes. What did I learn in college before I dropped out? Why did I drop out of college? That is a YouTube title, though. I am going to save that. I will tell people why I dropped out of college. That is a good one. Okay, girl. There are so many learning lessons that we all have to share. I feel like if we had a human library, we would be the smartest creatures on the planet. Like if everyone just shared their knowledge and everyone just listened and soaked it in, we would be unstoppable as a species. But no, everybody wants to, gatekeep and hide, and gatekeeping is okay to a certain extent because you don't want people, sabotaging greatness. I will say that. Another tip that I learned from other creators is that YouTube videos will not go viral as quick as Instagram and TikTok, okay? It does not work like that. You can make a video today and it might not jump off until, March of 2024. It just depends on what type of content it is. The greatest part about YouTube is that your videos will be forever circulating. You never know when people will need your content. YouTube is really like the multiverse when it comes to recycling your content because you never know what your today's content might do for someone in, 2027. Okay, the things that I'm saying right now might really help somebody 10 years from now. And it's kind of like we're meeting on the same timeline because I'm already thinking they're going to need this content. Let me make this video. And that's how you should be thinking. Just because someone might not need your content today does not mean that they might not need it, 5 years from now. And that's the thing. Sometimes people are late to the party and let them be late. Okay, let them have to catch up with you. If you feel like you're good at something, tell us about it. Matter of fact, if you're great at something, drop your YouTube channel name down in the comments and let me know what it is that you specialize in your content. I want to know because baby, I might need your content and might not even know it yet. Start posting your content. And honestly, if nobody believes in you, I'm here to tell you that I do. I don't even know who you are right now, but I'm telling you this because I really believe that anybody can be a content creator and an influencer as long as they're willing to post, be consistent, and actually bring value. Anyone can bring value. You could take someone off the side of the road and they could tell you something that's valuable that might stick with you forever. And that's the greatest part about being a content creator and influencer. There are so many opportunities in this business. I just feel like people are so stuck on being trending, having star quality. You do not need star quality to be a successful content creator, depending on what it is that you want to, niche down in. Even if you don't want to niche down in, there are people who are on YouTube who solely do content just like this, like tell people how to grow on Instagram, tell people how to grow on TikTok, YouTube, give tips and tricks. I've seen 5-minute DIY crafts on YouTube. They literally get on YouTube and post nothing but DIY crafts. Like anybody can do that. I can get up here and make origami and just don't show my face. Just get up here and do things, make drawing coloring books. That is a whole vibe. Even down to mukbangs. Mukbangs do not require a talent. All you got to do is get up here and eat and make it, aesthetically pleasing to the ear, not to the face. Like we really don't care what you look like. Although being made up, eating mukbangs do translate better on YouTube videos. I've noticed when people are made up, their videos do very well. Mukbangs for me, I watch it for the sound. I like to hear cracks and things. It helps me sleep. Okay, I might be a little weird for that. ASMRs, chewing gum, eating ice, all of that is music to my ears if the right person is doing it. It really boils down to what you want to do on YouTube. What kind of audience do you want to cultivate? And honestly, I feel like mukbangers have such an advantage because not only are they, doing something to like settle the mind, to make people like more calm and level out their anxiety, but they're also able to talk in between their mukbangs. And so in between their chews, you're able to get to know them. That is the most 2-for-1 combo I have ever seen, y'all. Literally. While you're watching them chew, you're forced to get to know them because you want to sit around. You want to get around to like, are they going to eat all of this? Like, I'm telling you, there's so many different avenues you could go down. If no one else believes in you, baby, I believe in you, okay? Remember that when you're at 100,000 subscribers and be like, you know what? Aisha told me I would get to 100,000 subscribers one day. And here I am, 100,000 subscribers because I watched her video and I applied it to my content. So these tips are all jumbled up because I want people to watch my video in its entirety. I don't want to go in order of what you may think is more important. I might have the most important at the beginning. I might have the most important in the middle. What camera should you use while you're making YouTube content. Now, I will say, when I first created my first viral video, it was done on an iPhone. And I feel like if you don't have the funds to go out and buy a camera, use your iPhone. I repeat, use your iPhone. There is nothing wrong with using your iPhone. Just wipe the camera lens off, use your iPhone, and record the content. You can edit in iMovie, you can edit in CapCut, you can edit in Split. There's so many different apps for you to edit. You don't need a specific app to really edit YouTube videos, unless you're doing some crazy edits. I feel like CapCut is all you need, for real, for real. I use CapCut for everything. I'm using CapCut to edit this video right now. CapCut, if you see this, call me. So what camera do I use? I'm currently using the Sony ZV-1, and I will link everything in my description box. But honestly, you do not need the Sony ZV-1 to pop off on YouTube, child. Before anything, I was just using my iPhone. So before you go out and buy the Sony ZV-1, start posting on your iPhone to get into the groove. And then level up. As your content levels up, then go out and buy a camera. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Just because you see all the influencers with something, or people who have been influencing full-time for forever with something, does not mean that you have to go out and try to do the same thing, because that's how you're going to end up, you know, in the bag, because you're going to fall, you're going to trip up trying to keep up with people who are in an entirely different lane than you. And that's another thing. Stay in your lane. Okay, if you know you don't like hot Cheetos, stay in the Dorito lane. And I hate that I have to use these analogies, but hot Cheetos popped in my head because, oh, would I love to eat some, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. If you know you a hot Cheeto girl, why would you go into the Dorito lane? Don't do it. If you know you like chocolate chip cookies, stay away from oatmeal cookies. Don't try to merge the two, because it's always gonna leave you 10 steps behind from where you were originally at, because that wasn't the plan for you anyway. The plan was never to mix chocolate chip and oatmeal. It was for you to take your chocolate chips and deliver them to Susie May down the block. And now you over here at Ben and Jerry's, because you don't have no business there. Get back on your Zoom, sis. Get back on your Zoom. I know I might have confused a few, but the people who got it, okay? Stay on your Zoom. This next tip is so important. I feel like this is a tip that sometimes I struggle with, because sometimes I just want to do what I want to do. I feel like I'm very creative, and there's different avenues that I could go down and thrive in. One thing about YouTube does not care about what you want to do. Okay, when it comes to getting your videos pushed out, YouTube is going to cater to whatever the viewers want to see. So if the viewers are consistently watching this type of video, they're going to push that type of video. I don't care how many hours you spent editing that video or how well you think that video did. If your watch time is down, if over 15% of your viewers are swiping past your video and not watching at least 50% of your video all the way through, baby, YouTube is not going to push your video. And it's best to figure out at what point of your video did people stop watching. Now, the best thing I have for that is to create a hook for every video, which is at the beginning of this video, you will see I added in a hook. Something that I usually don't do in my videos, because I just feel like the content on content anyway. But I am also realizing that YouTube is different from Instagram. You have to will people in. People have to grow to love you on YouTube to be able to watch a full, vlog of you doing whatever it is that you wanted to do. Okay, they didn't ask you to create this vlog. You wanted to create that vlog, so you decided to create that vlog. But the hook is really what's going to get people in to see if they even want to watch your content. So what is a hook? Let me give you some examples of a hook. A great way to captivate your audience and will them in is you can start off by, stating a fascinating fact. Let's just say you're doing Animal Planet type of content. You could say, did you know an octopus has 3 hearts and blue blood? Well, if you didn't know that, wait till you hear these other facts. So that is a great way to kind of like will in that type of audience. Or you could just share like a fun fact. Or you could even take it to the point where you're just being vulnerable with your audience. People love vulnerability. You could say something like, I never thought I'd see the day when I had to get a divorce from my husband. We were together for 17 years, and the fact that we are now going through this stressful divorce is the reason why I probably would never get married again. That right there is going to have a whole audience that's going to be like, girl, what the hell he did to you? I am intrigued. I want to know more about your story. What did his ass do to you? And where do we find him? Where do we ride at dawn? Vulnerability, it'll bring you community, but it will also bring the trolls too. So you got to have like tougher skin. But even if you don't have tougher skin, you're going to create an audience who's going to, have that tough skin for you. Baby, they're going to be ready to go to war for you. Okay. So always, being honest, and you don't have to talk about things you don't want to talk about on social media. I always tell people to talk about things that they have already healed from. If you haven't healed from it, why talk about it? Okay, do not bring something that you're still struggling with to the internet, because it's only gonna, in my opinion, okay, you can do what you want to do. In my opinion, it's only gonna taint whatever healing you've already done, because people are mean as hell on the internet. Talk about the things you've healed from, and don't say you've never healed from anything, because that's a lie. Okay, let's not do that. One of the more easier and trendier ways to build your audience on YouTube is by doing trendy type of content. So you could do hauls, get ready with me's, day in the lives, morning routine, skincare routine, hair routine. People love that. Okay, I for one love seeing the way people have their skincare routine. I love watching, you know, people's morning routine, because my morning routine is, it's there, but it's not the way that these people on the internet do theirs. Like, they wake up refreshed. I roll out the bed, I'm falling on the floor. So my morning routine would kind of bring chaos to my channel. They'd be like, girl, what time did you go to bed? 6 o'clock in the morning. My morning routine is not really morning routine, because child, it's kind of all over the place. Okay, I'm still working on that. The next tip I have is something that I'm just now learning to do, y'all, because so many content creators told me that I had to do this, and I'm doing it right now, but you probably don't even know what it is. The one thing that people told me to do that I'm just now doing in this video is to look directly in the camera, child. So many times in my videos, you will see me doing this, looking at myself in the camera, trying to see how I look, honey, because you know your girl likes to be on point all the time. But doing this does not make your audience feel like that they're on FaceTime with you. It looks like you're talking to yourself. But if you go like this, now I'm talking to you. Okay, yes, you with the blue shirt on. Now, if y'all have on a blue shirt, let me know in the comments, because that's creepy. What? Talking to the camera makes it feel like, you know, I'm actually holding this conversation with you all. I'm building a relationship with you all. That is one of the things that I'm still learning to do. So if you see me, you know, go over here, let me know in the comments every time you see me do it, because I'm supposed to be looking at the camera. So hopefully I stick to this. It's getting easier. The more that I do it, the more that I'm like diving deep into the camera, it's getting way easier. So I would say practice looking into the camera, because we can so often get caught up into what we look like and making sure that our hair is down, making sure we look perfect for the camera. Girl, these people do not care. Bring the content, okay? Post the content. Whatever you didn't do right in the first video, do it right in the second video. Being on YouTube is literally a learning progress. Like, you really have to post to get better at it. And that is why y'all see me posting so much now. I'm literally trying to grab YouTube by the neck, baby. I'm trying to take control, okay? If y'all don't do anything else, look in the camera. A lot of these things that I'm telling you guys, I am still working on, but because I'm still working on them, I'm not gonna gatekeep them from you, okay? I want you to do what you're gonna do anyway. So it is creating, you know, captivating thumbnails. You do not want to have a thumbnail that's just gonna make somebody go say, boring. Imagine if you wanted to go see a new movie and the movie was just, you know, a black wallpaper with words on it. I mean, you might read that as a book because, you know, someone recommended it to you, but a full-blown movie, imagine if movies didn't have like a trailer. Would you even want to watch it? That is why it's great to have a trailer on YouTube. It's great to have like a little hook in the beginning of your video. And it's also great to have a great thumbnail photo so that people know what to expect. You don't want the words on your thumbnail to say the same thing as your title. You want something that's more personable and shows your personality, more of a, like, you know, just a chill vibe. It doesn't have to be perfection. Like this video, I'm probably gonna put, girl, what is you doing? Let's get back to it. Let's get on your Zoom. A year ago, I got this 100,000 subscribers sent to me from YouTube. And I didn't get there from not believing in myself. I got there from being delusional. You know how there's a trend saying that people are being delulu? Baby, I was delulu before it was a trend, okay? I've always believed that there's a drone flying over my head, recording everything that I do, getting dressed to go absolutely nowhere. That is my whole entire vibe. So being delulu is what's gonna get me here into 1 million subscribers. Do not wait until you're ready. I see so many people ask me, how do you start YouTube? There is no how-to on how to start YouTube. All you got to do is turn your phone sideways, because most of us have a phone. You hit record, you go into CapCut, plug those clips in, crop whatever is, you know, filling in gaps, because you definitely don't want to have, you know, empty space in your videos. In my videos, I like to crop, I like to talk all the way through. I don't want any pauses. No weird pauses unless it's like a joke, a roll of the eye or something, but you definitely want to keep people engaged. The moment you have like a pause or they're gonna swipe. So in order to start your YouTube, you literally just hit record. You plug it into the apps, crop whatever you don't want, blend whatever you do want, and you upload the content. Don't even worry about having, a trailer. Don't worry about having everything perfected. You just have to start your content. I know people who don't even have like a little intro. Some people just get up here and literally start talking and gravitate towards so many different people. There are a lot of videos on here about how to become the perfect YouTuber, but that's not what we want. That's not the $1 million YouTuber, okay? The $1 million YouTuber are usually the people who have personality, who are believing in themselves, who are consistent. Those are the $1 million, YouTubers. Another great tip is if you are new to YouTube and you don't really know what type of content is, YouTube worthy or what people will like, just go to your, explore page, the home page, and see what videos are trending at the moment. Something is going to catch your eye and something is going to be so relatable that you can recreate it. Now, like I said, be inspired, don't copy. And this is what I tell everybody. We all have to eat. That's the one thing everybody on the internet has to do. Nobody is going to, live a long life if they do not eat. If you are eating something, figure out a way to turn that into content. We all got to eat. We all like to eat. Well, I'm not going to say we all do because some people are different, but eating is the one thing that all humans have to do. And if you know how to eat healthier, that's going to really get you the audience, okay? I am not a fan of the crazy cooking on YouTube because I'm just not gonna make it at home. I really don't even like fry food at home. I'll eat fried food elsewhere, but I'm not gonna fry it at home just because I don't really wanna do that much fried food in general. If you're into health and wealth, baby, that is a whole lane on its own. You might not even have to post anything else but you cooking food and figuring out healthier ways to live life. There is a whole lane for cooking terrible food. And I'm not saying terrible as if it doesn't taste good. I'm saying terrible as in it's horrible for your health if you continue to eat it every day. Food that you just cannot eat every day. It's kind of like mixing Henny peppermint chicken wings with, Douce on the side. That's what the people are promoting over on Instagram and TikTok. They make the craziest meals and just eat it. I'm just like, I am not frying a honey bun. Why would I fry a honey bun? Who does that? I mean, people do that, but why? Honey buns are already sweet. Why do you need to fry it? I'll never know. I'm not frying a honey bun. Ask yourself, before you post the content, ask yourself, would you watch it? Because if you can't watch your content, why would you expect anyone else to watch it? And I always ask myself this before I post anything to social media. And if you would watch it, how many times would you watch it? Did you learn something from it? Is it valuable? That's the things that I ask before I post anything to any social media platform. Now, don't get it twisted. You can always take a break and just post something for fun to bring balance. You definitely want to have balance when it comes to creating content because that is how you get burnt out by posting so much, knowledge. Everything just cannot be knowledge. Just like your viewers don't always want to be sold to. Like every time I post, we don't want to have a link, sis. I have so many more tips, but I don't want this video to be super long. So if you would like a part 2, make sure you drop a comment below. Ask me any questions you may have about YouTube because I actually have another YouTube event to attend tomorrow and I will be back with more information to give all the details to you guys. If you found this video helpful in any way, make sure you hit the subscribe button and I will see you guys for part 2.